Theme song for the show, yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the BAB podcast. I am Brad Blackwell, and I am joined by the conflict, Alex Patrick.
What's up?
Yarmulke boy, Brennan Duvall Wagman.
Why the fuck am I Yarmulke boy?
And our lovely second guest, Miss Stephanie Weiss.
Yay!
Yes, we do know more than one girl, Internet.
Her nickname is Fanny.
So, I decided let's be a little bit more sociable in the beginning. So before we get into our topic, how's things going, guys?
So good.
They're going so well.
Life sucks ass.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
you're
Stephanie,
right.
shut the fuck up.
No, I'm with Stephanie on this one.
No, it doesn't.
Shit.
You shut the fuck up. I'm tired of you. Like, we went over this already. I'm tired of you.
Life sucks. Alcohol.
What about you, Brad?
Well, I'm regretting doing this sociable bit. But other than that,
I was up for it, Brad.
I wanted to tell you, Alex.
Yeah.
I finally was able to get to an episode of SNL that had Drunk Uncle.
Oh yeah? Do you like it?
I think you built it up too much for me. I didn't really like it that much.
I loved him. I love Drunk Uncle.
You gotta get a good, scene with him. Like, some of them are really bland. Some of them,
Like,
I'm in
loved it.
tears, crying.
Like the one that was one of the most recent ones for me was the funniest. The one with Aaron and Paul.
Yeah, I saw
What's his
that
name?
one.
I like that
Jesse
one.
from Breaking Bad.
This is my
the
cousin,
thing that-
Meth nephew. This is my nephew. Meth nephew. Meth,
The thing
Seth,
that-
Seth, Meth.
Shut
Spoiler
The thing
alert.
that made me laugh the most was when Peter Dinklage did one, and he was Peter Drunklage.
Oh yeah?
And he was funnier doing the part than Bobby Moynihan was.
You know, you can always see Peter Drunklage in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean...
But I think one of the funniest things I've seen on SNL lately is this thing that Kenan Thompson and Taron Killam did.
Yeah, totally, right? I've been here.
Welcome back, Brennan.
Oh, I stubbed my toe
It was
trying
a
to
musical
throw me out.
sketch. I don't know if you've seen it, Alex. Lokiki does the sloppy swish.
Oh my god, I have seen that, and I've been trying to remember what it's called. Thank you, God, you said something.
I laughed my ass off like 5 minutes after the thing was done.
Just Anne Hathaway getting barfed on.
Wait, what are we talking about? It sounds hot.
So like Anne Hathaway was hosting SNL. They did a sketch with Taron Killam and Kenan Thompson. And it was, what was it? Brad said, what was it again? Can't remember
So
the
it's Taron Killam and Kenan Thompson's like singing a song about the mystery of this character, and it's Lokiki does the sloppy swish.
name. The funniest, awkwardest dance ever.
And Taron Killam looks like a meth head hippie during the whole thing.
Like barf on the rim of his mouth.
I've never seen it.
Alright,
It
good.
sounds good though.
I'm gonna YouTube it. You guys continue.
Don't
to talk.
fucking YouTube it right now. We're doing something.
You can watch it later. I'm gonna get it ready so you can watch it one day.
So, my pinky toe is on fire right now.
Did you stub your pinky toe?
Yeah, I smacked it against like the corner of the bathroom door trying to get the dog fucking out of here. Oh my god, it fucking hurts.
You have a lot of problems with your toes, Brennan.
Yeah, no, I think I'm getting another ingrown toenail, so don't worry about that.
That's great.
You should get a pedicure.
I should just fucking get my nails removed.
Disgusting. No one's gonna want to see your feet ever.
Well,
Who really
that's
wants
something to think about. I mean, as
We're
humans have
already-
evolved throughout the years, why have we not gotten rid of the toenail? It does nothing. It used to be.
It does.
It
It
itches my
scratches your
fucking leg.
ankle.
What does it do?
Yeah.
What does it do? Does it help protect your toe? Because whenever I hit my foot, the only thing that hurts is the toenail.
Yeah, it
It
falls
keeps-
off. It takes the damage
it keeps
for you.
dirt from getting into that nerve skin area where the
Yeah, but-
toenail actually covers.
But if the-
that.
Why
If the
haven't we
toenail
like
wasn't
covered
there-
that up with like skin?
Yeah,
'Cause it
skin
looks
covers
weird.
everything already.
Okay, honestly, if you were to look at toes and they had no toenails, would you be a little creeped out?
I'd be like,
It'd be-
this is the future.
If you,
Hey.
it's
Thank
like,
you,
can you imagine
evolution.
like someone like just has a foot and then like 5 little nubs coming out of it?
Oh
Well,
God!
Think of the human body already. I mean, how gross does a penis look?
Very gross.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just like this. It's like normal body, kind of normal belly button. And then you get down there, and it's hairy,
disappointment.
and it's like a mushroom you don't want to eat or put in a
At
salad.
least in my
It
case.
just looks like Gonzo's nose.
There's nothing flattering about a penis.
Or Gonzo's nose.
Or
I
Gonzo's.
don't know who the fuck.
So
it
we're
is.
all in agreement that
Gonzo.
vaginas are better looking than a penis.
Well, of course.
They're just pretty.
Yeah.
It's just like it blends in perfectly
Okay,
with
unless
the
you get
canvas
those
of a human
weird
being.
vaginas.
With the
like,
meat curtains.
Yeah.
Or too much.
God, I
bush.
hope my parents
much
don't
bush.
ever watch this.
What? Why? Your dad's gonna be like, yeah, I hate this thing, and your mom's gonna be like, vaginas are great.
No, she's not.
Oh,
No, she's not.
she a vagina hater?
Yeah.
She putting down the pussy.
Guys.
All right, so gross meat curtain vaginas is the perfect lead into our topic this week: childhood.
Oh, because we came out of that, right? Like,
Sure.
are you a C-section kid?
No.
Oh.
Because then she'd be all like, I love ponies.
I do love ponies.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you watch My Little Pony?
Maybe.
Oh no.
Oh,
You have
No.
honey.
I've only watched a season.
We
We
watched
watched,
the
like,
first episode and we were terrified of liking it.
We were just, we were like, I don't understand why. Actually, I didn't understand why people like the show.
Speaking of childhood, I used to play as My Little Ponies.
What did I?
Yeah, it's
In a
pretty
different
fun.
way, probably.
I, had no
I did
friends.
Barbies, like I
Just
just
shoved them in my mouth. I used to put like Barbies, like just like.
I used to
and,
play.
Like, lick 'em.
I used to play with Barbies, like I would play with action figures because I didn't know action figures existed. I'd like,
You were like, go
Did you
get
never
'em,
go to a
Sergeant
store,
Barb.
Brennan?
yeah, but they were always in the packages. I didn't know they were so movable. And Mom had Barbies because I think she just wanted a daughter.
But that still looks more appealing than a Barbie doll to a boy.
yeah, but Mom would never
No,
fucking
Brennan,
buy it.
You were clearly like the most lazy kid. You were like, well, he's not out of the package. How am I supposed to play with him and play test this?
Yeah.
You knew you were Jewish when you were a kid. Like, you were like, I can't go for a test drive with this baggie. It's right here in my hand. I know what to expect.
It was cool because like I mean plus like the action figures, like, you know, their clothes are just plastic and on there. Like Barbie was so customizable. You could take off her blouse and put on another blouse
Oh
and
my
bad.
god.
Alright. I played with Barbies.
trade it with Black Barbie's
I also
blouse.
played with
and
male Barbies. At the age of 5, I was making those Barbies do the do. I'm not
Do.
ashamed.
I thought I was weird for having a penis and the male Barbies didn't. Girls, I just had no idea. I know they were different somehow.
Can
but
we please clarify? These are called Ken dolls, not male Barbies. They have a product name.
no, see, Kendall.
What were those other girl dolls like? You
Bratz?
had
Polly
no,
Pocket?
not Polly Pockets. That's
Betty
it. Because you
Spaghetti.
could like put all different types of clothing on them.
Those are
You
so,
put it everywhere.
You literally would have to like wet the entire body in order to put clothes on that thing because
Really?
it's like a weird gelatin like
Well,
thing
I
for the
never had
clothes.
Polly's.
So you
I
like
had
had to
Bratz.
lick the entire body.
Brennan, what the fuck? You had Barbies and Bratz dolls?
Not like an official Bratz doll. It's like the fucking McDonald's toy because they were all out of the Hot Wheels or whatever shit. Because you
So
know.
they're like, give your kid the Bratz doll.
Yeah, and I played the shit out of it.
It's not a video game.
I was
You
on,
play this,
I
you're like,
also-
I got the little 57 on my Bratz doll.
I also got like this. I just like customizable shit. It was cool. Like I had this Mulan.
How are you not gay, Brennan?
It amazes
He
me.
probably kind of is.
I had this Mulan doll. Like she bent at the knees.
So you made her suck
Yeah.
it.
No, except no. Whenever she bent her
Trying
knees,
to,
then
I'm
she
trying
could
to
fly.
redeem you from
Like,
what you
like
have been
she'd
talking
be
about.
standing up. She'd be standing up, so her feet are on the ground, and she bends the knees, and she doesn't fall, but she flies. I've never seen Mulan, by the way. That's what I figured it was. So I'd be running around the house like with a Mulan doll with bent knees. I don't think her arms move, but you could take her off her armor or vest or whatever the fuck she wears. Should I see Mulan?
Yes, that's actually one of my very favorites.
I just know the let's get down to business, and she's a chick, and I don't think people dig that.
No, they didn't. Like they got executed in China. Like a woman would get executed. That's why.
You did.
Oh wait,
You
spoiler
didn't start.
alert. Shen almost kills Mulan.
You didn't start watching Disney movies until like the past year, Brennan.
Nope.
Your childhood sucked.
Yeah. It did. You know what I fucking watched? I watched Red Dwarf and Wallace and Gromit.
You watch these like
And-
shitty British television shows.
Monty Python.
Okay, Monty Python's pretty good.
Although I watched
I've
fucking,
never seen
I've
it.
seen a bunch
It's
of
long.
I've seen a bunch of Monty Python Flying Circus. Didn't see the Holy Grail until
I saw
like
the
I was
Holy Grail.
13.
That's the only thing I've seen. I hated the beginning because it was like
It was funny.
it was nothing. It was like
I fart in your general
no,
direction.
not that beginning. Like the very beginning where they're like in a town. It's like nothing to do with medieval times.
funny.
Am I talking about the same thing?
No, you're not, because the fucking beginning, I think, is
No,
like
no,
a
I
forest,
know for a
and then you
fact.
hear like horse prints, and then
No,
there's
but
two
there's a
guys
part-
galloping, and one has coconuts.
There's
making,
a part before that. I
don't
swear to
remember
God.
that. The fucking
It was
DVD
like in like
menu.
a town.
Why are you playing with my feet?
Because it's is that your feet?
Yeah.
I'm playing with the foot of the chair
It
and
is?
the warm
That
blanket.
Fanny and the Jew are playing footsie.
Oh,
That's it.
Fanny! That means
Oh, shit.
vagina in British.
Okay, whatever. Vagina. Vagina? What was it? Was it
Vagina.
Vagina?
I didn't like the Holy Grail either, and
What the
I really
fuck,
don't like
guys?
Monty Python that much, nor do I like Wallace and Gromit. But
Oh,
I watched-
come on.
I watched the shit out of Chicken Run.
Yeah,
that,
Chicken
that
Run.
one
Watch that.
freaks me
Flip,
out.
flop, fly. I don't care if I. Come on, guys.
No, I don't
How do you
remember.
how do you
Flop,
remember that?
Fly. I don't care if I die.
The
Don't
only,
ever leave me. Don't ever say goodbye.
the only part of that entire movie I remember is the rat saying like, "Put your head between your knees
And
And
Kiss
kiss
your
your
bum
bum goodbye.
I like. I don't want to be a pie. I don't like gravy.
I like her. Yeah, she's funny.
She's just
The-
me
the
life
main
flash.
No, the second main
fat
chicken.
one who
Oh,
always
oh,
knitted.
which that one?
I don't.
I don't know. That movie
Oh,
really
me life
freaked
flash
me
before
out.
me eyes. It's really boring.
We gotta watch that movie. Watch that movie now.
Do a let's watch.
Let's watch.
Let's watch.
Wow, that sounds really bad.
Well, dude, we've had this idea before since we make so many jokes throughout movies that we should just record ourselves
Yeah,
watching
like
a
a
movie.
riff. Like
It
riffing
works for
movies.
Mystery Science Theater.
They've already done that though.
Yeah, but not modern. They watch like old shitty movies.
I guess we could watch like
That's
the
another
Lord of the
thing I
Rings.
grew up watching,
Remember
Mystery
the
Science Theater.
night, the night we
No,
tried
no,
to watch Lord
never-
of the Rings.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is fun, but number one movie we need to watch is Grease, so we can cast the modern movie again.
Oh, yes. We
Yeah,
have the
I have
best
some.
cast.
I have some revisions to that list.
Me as all the characters.
No.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the list.
Stephanie is Danny Zuko.
You're the one that I want. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, that's
We
explaining why I
still
said
need
no.
to have Michael Cera as Sandy.
I don't know. I'm kind of digging Stephanie because then
I want Michael
remember
Cera
the
as
ending type
Kaneki.
suit. I just want to film. I just like to film her getting cut out of that because that just seems funny. Let's just put on a suit that you can't take off unless we, take a
Tell
scalpel to
me
you.
about it, Dad. What if we replaced all the men with women and all the women with men?
That's what I'm saying. I'm Danny Zuko. Grease Lightning.
Do,
can't imagine
your best
Danny
Danny
Zuko.
Zuko.
I'm seeing you
Say
as
Sandy.
What was the
Sandy.
what was the
Yeah,
Danny?
good job.
What was the short guy's name?
Oh, God.
Ralph.
Mr.
I can't-
Favietti. Yes, man. What's his
Yeah,
name? It's
I
like an
can't
F.
remember it.
Isn't it like Frank or something?
No, it's not Frank.
I think.
Anyways, I can picture you being him.
Oh, dang. He has like
You're
two
like
lines.
freaking A.
I can picture you being Rizzo.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That
Definitely
fits
Rizzo.
the most.
I'd probably be
you.
Frenchie. She's way too nice for everyone.
Oh, we can be buddies.
Yeah. I know.
And I'll be the black guy in the background that no one pays attention.
Well, I can't think of how Frenchie sounds, so I can only picture like Audrey from
It's
Little Shop of
practically
right?
Horrors.
Audrey.
It's like a little less
Danny!
than lower.
Danny.
But it's more raspy.
Oh, God.
Batman. Because we're guessing Batman is. All right, we're getting off topic. What is the topic? Did we say what the topic is?
Yeah,
Okay.
childhood.
Right.
Alex,
Stories you want to share? Now's the time.
walk me through a day in your childhood life.
The day in my childhood life. Okay. Well, I would wake up and I would cry for my mom. I used to cry a lot. Like when I was in elementary school, I probably cried every day.
Oh.
And then even more when I was in.
No, that's sad. Tell about how you sniff your own farts.
We'll get to that. But
That's post cry.
in kindergarten, I would like cry every day, every time I wasn't around my mom, I was crying. And they gave me this little eagle, and I loved that fucking eagle. Like, if I had the eagle, I was okay. I was like, I'm safe. My mom is going to come back. But if they didn't give me the eagle, I was like, where is everyone? And I was lost in the world. And that pretty much went on until I got to, 3rd grade.
That is awful.
I was a sad kid.
I had my first training bra in 3rd grade.
Nice.
How fast did you develop?
Not very fast.
Sounds pretty fast.
In 3rd grade?
I feel like she didn't need it. She just wanted it.
Let me tell you, all the bitches in my 3rd grade class were.
What? No,
She was
I had,
wearing
like,
that
those
thing that
fat
one chick
shit.
was wearing in Good Luck Chuck, the gothic chick at the beginning of the movie. It was basically like a leather chest piece.
No, I had a friend who actually had, something up there. So she was like, I have a training bra. I'm like, Mom, I want one.
Oh, okay, you were that kid.
So I got one.
too.
Okay,
I
so
want what my friend has. We can't afford that.
Oh, did you have the friend that tried to give you gifts so you would stay friends with him?
No. That's
No.
why I don't have friends.
I'm pretty sure I was that person for you. Me and Brennan were not close friends.
Gabe was that friend. He had a lake house.
Yeah, but I remember
Guess what? I didn't go to that lake house. We don't talk anymore. Oh shit! If he's listening to this.
This is so bad. You gotta cut
Hey
that
Gabe,
out.
we should hang out sometime.
Keep that in.
How you doing?
Just cut it all out. Brennan's gonna be disappointed.
Shouldn't have used this room like mine.
Oh my god. Okay, so
How many friends do I have with the lake house?
7 games. You know 7 games is really good.
7 games.
You didn't say his last name. Did you?
No.
Okay, we're fine then. Gabe Joseph?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I
yeah.
call him Gabe,
Around
Joe.
4th grade to 5th grade, I was really gross. More so than I was in 8th grade to my junior year of high
It's like
school.
middle school, Brendan.
Anyways, I would fart and then go under my desk to smell my fart. Because I was really interested in smells. And if I smelled something new, I was like, oh. And even to this day, smelling something reminds me of different things. It's the most if I smell something, I remind me of anything.
Yeah.
It just connects easily.
You remember stuff more if it's lodged into you though.
Like a fart. I know when there's a fart in the room. Most of the time, it comes from my asshole.
If something reminds you of flowers, if that flower is
Probably
lodged
not
into
my
you,
asshole.
you probably remember that.
Yeah. But yeah, it was farting and smelling it in my childhood and hurting myself stupidly. Yeah, I got my head stuck in a banister outside once, a stairway banister.
For those people who don't know what a banister is on the internet, explain.
It's okay, so I don't know, it's this guide rail. It's a guide rail.
Oh,
and
with the poles?
yeah, and they have these poles, and I was
Right. Now
me
I know
and my
what a
friend
banister is.
were playing on my front porch. I live in an apartment. We're playing on my front porch and we were on the top level, and we were playing with these cars or some shit, and one of them rolled down, and he's like, I'll get it, and I'm like, okay, and then so he goes downstairs and gets it, and I'm
Love
like,
your little
well,
voice.
I better look and check and make sure he's okay, and so I stick my head through the banister perfectly fine. It just, yep, I did it. And then he's like, I got it. And I'm like, cool, come back up. And I start trying to get my head out, and I'm like, uh-oh, it's not coming out. My ears are in the way. Because ears go, they're streamlined for speed. So I'm trying to pull, and I start panicking because I can't get my head out the banister. My mom's like, what the fuck is going on? And she comes out of the apartment, and she's like, oh my god, Alex, what happened? I'm like, my head's stuck in the bed. Help me. She's like, oh my,
Just that
pull. I'm like,
uncontrollable kid cry.
yeah, I could not stop crying. I cried for another 3 hours after that, and then they gave me my eagle. No, I'm kidding. But yeah.
The eagle flew to you and said, you're fucked.
But I realized when I got older, that that's a blood thing in my family, my dad's side. Because my dad once swung from a tree on a rope with the rope around his neck. Because he was trying to be cool and impress his friends.
What?
Because they were swinging from a rope on a tree.
So, wait, what runs in your family? You getting...
Stupidity.
Oh,
hurting themselves
I
in
thought
the-
you meant getting your head caught and shit.
Most of the
It's in my blood.
But like, yeah, he swung and he ended up almost killing himself because he fucking swung off the rope with it tied around his neck and his head. He's like, he survived though. He's okay
Well,
now.
obviously. 'cause
And another
you're
time,
here.
yeah, he was on a little pocket bike or a little like pocket bike, and he rode that straight into a thing of sticker bushes. And,
I hope there's blackberries.
I rode my bike straight into a wall once.
you did?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
So, back when I was living in California, the first time me and my cousin, I believe it was Sage, we were riding our bikes down the street trying to go to the playground to play some Spider. I'll tell you guys about Spider in a little bit.
Marco Polo on a jungle gym.
Shut up, Brendan, you're ruining it! So anyway, we're at the end of the street, and the park is at the other end of the street, and in front of the park, there's those, like, bike rail things that you just put your front wheel into, and it'll hold your bike up.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, hey, let's have a race to see who can get to those first. I got in the lead, and I was like, I'm going to finally win, because I had never won anything, ever.
I did the same thing.
And for some reason, I chose not to slow down at all. So I'm heading straight for the bike rail thing. My bike goes inside the rail. The back of my bike just tips up, and I ram my face straight into the concrete wall right behind the bike rail.
God damn.
And just collapse, like intertwined between the wall, the bike rail, and my bike.
Oh, did you cry?
Yeah.
I would have cried
'Cause-
so hard.
Because my
So
dad
bad.
my dad was like a maintenance worker for that park that we lived in, and he was like halfway down that street working out in front of a house, and he heard me crying and had to come all the way down.
Oh no.
Bet he was pissed.
Okay, there's something up with this group and rails because I thought, you got those double rails where, okay, so down at the playground, you got the bars that all the girls are like spitting on. It's like, I want to be a
Oh,
gymnast.
yeah.
Are you talking like those like parallel bars?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, not the parallel,
Oh, not the parallel?
the horizontal ones that are like,
Oh,
yeah,
there's
and
different
they're
levels?
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
was on those, right? I'm like, well, shoot, I want to spin around on a bar.
Future career choice.
I go up to where like my
Oh, like a
first grade
stripper.
class.
I
My
just got
first
it.
grade classes, and there's like that like guiding rail, because you have to go up a damn ramp because I guess everybody had wheelchairs, so we don't get stairs.
A lot of crippled kids too.
Yes, and I'm like, hey, here's a bar. I can spin around on it with one leg and all of that. I did, and then forgot there was a double bar under it, and
No.
almost broke my nose. And literally,
Oh.
I just like smacked my face and just I just hung upside down like, oh my god,
That just happened.
what did I just do? So I call I go up to the nurse like I'm not even crying. I'm just like dumbfounded that I did the most dumbest thing in my first grade year.
I have a concussion.
And then the nurse is like, did you break your nose? Can you move it? I'm like, yeah, I'm not bleeding or anything. So I call my mom. My mom freaks the F out. She works in Seattle, and she's like, oh my god, you're dying, and I can't be there. And that's my story of the rail.
See, I have no story. I saw people on the monkey bars once, and they were just swinging from side to side, like it was nothing. So I tried and I fell.
Oh.
And you're like, well, fuck. No.
Yeah, pretty much. I just got up, brushed myself off, and said, "Well, I can't do that. I'll wait in line, just swing from one."
Yeah, this is more my speed.
I just don't have the upper arm strength to hold myself on with one hand.
I'm so
And-
good at monkey bars.
Yeah, no, not me. I'm still not.
I was like, it was like a training montage for me when it came to monkey bars. I'd be like, I was on them the first time, and I'd do the, like you don't start off just like, yes, I'm an athlete, I'm just gonna swing like I'm Tarzan. You do that thing where you're like, grab. You're gonna die if you don't grab that pole with the other hand. And I did that like every day, and I had those stupid fucking calluses.
Oh, I did too.
I don't think there was like a day in my childhood life from the ages of 7 to like 10.
I don't understand how those things form so quickly on your hands.
It's like you grab that pole, and you got fucking calluses.
I had calluses on my feet.
Oh.
Those are corn.
Shut up, Brennan.
No,
Shut
it's
up.
because when I
You
learned
got
to
calls
walk.
on your feet.
No,
Walk.
no. When I learned to walk,
Oh yeah.
I would walk on the knuckles of my feet. Like, okay, like.
You still do that.
Yeah, I still do that. I still sit like that. I don't
Oh,
know, like
God.
I bend my toes under my foot and walk on them. but like a ballerina.
Like on the front of his foot. You walked on
I
the
walked
front
like
of
a
his feet.
ballerina and played with Barbies.
Are you sure you're not gay?
I'm positive.
He's not gay.
I like vagina too
He
much.
likes that.
You did have a dream about a goat in the vagina.
We already
Yeah,
talked about
it's still
that.
vagina. It'd be gay if it was a penis.
I guess.
Pretty sure
You were terrified of it. You were like, oh no.
No, I was terrified of the
I don't want that.
ants. I was fine with it. I was just like, oh, I'll go back to sleep.
The ants came marching one by
Yeah.
one. Hurrah! Hurrah!
That's standard. I'm not gonna fuck a
in
goat.
my head.
You alright?
I'm good.
So,
Hit your head.
did any of you guys have any like small businesses when you were kids, like lemonade stands?
Dude, I grew up in apartments. If we even like had any idea of what lemonade was and how to sell things, I would be rich right now.
I had this business where,
Well, you're Jewish.
yeah,
Burn.
where basically it was just me. It was a solo career choice.
No.
And I'd walk around and pick up change on the floor. That was my income.
I had a neighborhood salon, but we spelled it as saloon.
So you had like a bunch of older guys coming like, what's going on?
Where the fuck is the whiskey?
But pretty much,
I'm depressed.
we'd give people a haircut, and they'd take an auto pop. And let's just say I
How
gave
old
out
were you?
some pretty great haircuts.
Oh my god, you're
How
like,
old were you?
bitch, you look fabulous.
How old were you?
I was like 7.
Oh
Who the fuck
no!
lets a 7-year-old?
Other 7-year-olds,
Yeah,
right?
it's like other 7-year-olds.
And they probably
Oh,
were
okay.
like, their parents were like, who the fuck cut your hair?
I cut my own hair once. I just cut off the right corner with scissors, and so like I had a full head of hair, and then on the right front corner I was just bald, and I blamed it on Jordan, and my mom still thinks my brother did it.
Oh no! I shaved off one eyebrow
I had
1 year.
I dated a guy who shaved off both of his eyebrows.
What did he
Red
just?
flag.
Did he do that? Did he do that because he was in a band?
No, he did
Oh.
it because he was in the shower, and
He was
mom,
like, I'm tired of
Mom,
these. Rip,
mom,
rip.
mom shaved legs, and he was like, "What's this?" Slut. And he's like, "Well, I already lost one eyebrow. Might as well do the other."
That's what-
Okay, so at least it wasn't a conscious choice. Like he knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean he was like 5, 6.
Every
He
time
never
I
grew
put-
his eyebrows back?
No, he did.
When
Do
did
you
you
really
date
think?
him?
Do you really think I'd date someone who didn't have eyebrows?
No, but, like,
I didn't
when
think
was
you'd be
this?
dating someone when you're a toddler.
Yeah,
No,
like,
I wasn't.
you were like,
I
I
didn't-
love you, and then you took his fucking cookies, and he was like, I'm in a relationship.
No,
We're
I
gonna
didn't
get
have
I'm
a
surprised he was
grade.
able to shave him off because I still
You
can't
dated
shave
a
without cutting my
5-year-old and
face.
Right? I still can't shave without cutting my face.
No, he told me this story when we were dating in the 8th grade.
Oh, this makes more sense. I thought you were like 4.
No, she said she was in the 8th grade, so clearly she was
She's like
dating a
12.
5-year-old.
I don't know, maybe he was like 8. I don't really remember. It's one of those stupid ages.
So I had 2 businesses when I was a kid. They were both in that same park area. It was basically a trailer park, but they called it manufactured homes. It was like those houses that you see traveling down the highway in 2 halves.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, those you
Sorry.
put those together and that's where you live.
And you get a house.
Yeah, you
And
get
it's got a
somewhat
toilet
of
and
a
a
house.
puppy and a backyard.
It's not fenced
So,
off, so you gotta watch the puppy.
The first business I had, because when I was younger, this place wasn't the greatest place to live. So my parents didn't let me go outside much. So I had friends I made through my window.
You were
Like-
just that
you're like
window kid.
Rapunzel.
Yeah, so my friends would just come to my window and chat with me for an hour. And then they go away and live the rest of their lives.
They probably thought you had some weird fucking disease. Like, yeah,
Probably.
Brad never comes outside, but I mean, we should probably talk to the kid, the poor guy. He's got like fucking baculudiclosis or something.
No, fuck
I'm
him,
a
he
kid, I
always
don't
stays
know
inside.
diseases.
What do you expect? I'm 6.
Shout out to Jonah Hill.
So the business I started is you all know that I am a collector of movies.
Me?
And I had a lot of movies when I was a kid. So basically what I did was I made a blockbuster through my own window.
Badass, man. I wish I
And,
fucking knew you as a kid.
So I would rent my friends my movies for $3, and since
damn,
these
that's
windows
expensive.
had screens, I razor bladed a little slit in the side, so I had a deposit box.
Oh my god.
So that was my first business adventure, and that went
That's
pretty
awesome.
well.
And so
Is
when
there
it got
two-
big, did you get like pneumatic tubing, and they'd be like, they put their dollar in and it go up through the tube, and you'd be like, all right, you're not in my system. I'm gonna need to get.
Would you like to sign up for a card today?
And it just said Brad rules. And you had to throw it.
No, but I eventually moved the business to my school.
Oh,
Ooh.
dude, you went like
Entrepreneur over
you're
here.
Eisenberg.
Yeah, pretty much.
With movies.
And I like wrapped the DVDs in construction paper.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, and I would like write the name of the person it was going to because it was all pre-orders. You know, I'm like GameStop.
You did it in the back of the playground in a trench coat.
Yeah.
It was like, I got what you need, nigga. My name's Brad Blackwell, nigga. It's California, nigga.
I did not say that. So anyway,
Speaking of
my
racism,
second business adventure
I'll tell
was
that
once I was allowed out of the house and the friends learned that I wasn't a bubble boy.
Oh, the prince rescued you.
Yeah.
They found out you weren't a chick and your long hair was misleading. I'm kidding.
We tried selling soda one summer,
That's illegal.
which
Is it?
we were in a trailer park, so
There
legal
is no
is a
fucking
very
law.
blurry line.
This is my trailer park. My rules
So-
go here.
But that business, we ended up losing a lot of money because the ice would melt like every 20 minutes, so we'd have to go buy more ice, and nobody wanted to buy flat soda
Why was
So-
it flat?
Yeah,
because
no,
we had been trying all day and we only had the 2 bottles.
And then you got thirsty and you were
Oh.
like, open. Started
Yeah.
drinking it.
So I think we ended up closing that business at minus $22,000.
Holy
See,
shit, dude.
Yeah.
I'm really happy
Your
that
over
I,
under suck.
Yeah, I'm still in debt.
I'm really happy that I never started a business because I'm that idiot that would like buy a can of soda for say $1 and sell it for 75 cents.
Brendan, you're losing 25 cents.
Because
Because,
it's
like,
like,
I'd sell it
well,
to
I
you for
had this
$1, I would
one
have $1.
bill.
Or 75 cents.
See, you're probably thinking, I had this one bill, but now I have 3 coins.
Yeah.
That's how money works. It's just how much of the dollar.
Someone
you
always
have.
told me buy high, sell low. It took me till like I was 14 to figure out that's the dumbest thing in the world to do.
5
I don't understand that. You're supposed to buy low stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's how you make money.
Yeah.
Unless, yeah, that's just.
Now we know why I'm always poor.
Oh,
Just
okay.
kidding. I don't buy anything.
I'm poor as fuck all the time. Since I was
High five.
the age 0 to the age 18.
Yeah.
So our live Twitter feed is saying that I need to explain Spider now. I'm just kidding. We don't have to
Oh,
explain
okay.
it.
You had me going. You had me
shit.
going.
We're so famous.
Let me check
I-
my Twitter.
I just
See you
needed to
asking
find
questions.
some sort of intro to getting back on track to Spider. So Spider was a game that me and my cousins invented in California at that same playground. It's becoming famous now. So basically, as Brennan said, it's Marco Polo on a jungle gym. One person would be the designated Spider, and he would close his eyes and count to 10. The other players would go onto the jungle gym and try and avoid the Spider. So the Spider could walk on the ground or on the jungle gym, trying to catch one of the other players and make them Spider. The people could go on the jungle gym and the ground, but if the Spider hears you on the ground and calls Spider, then you become Spider.
This game is great, guys.
Go to a park and try it.
So that was a game that I brought when I moved to Washington, and I think I introduced it to Brennan, Alex, and Kyle first.
Yeah.
And we played it one day before one of our showings of Little Shop of Horrors. Or at least me and Kyle, since Brennan and Alex wasn't in theater at that point. But yeah, that game kept strong throughout our high school years.
And only gained more fans.
Like me.
Yeah, we pretty much got everybody in drama to join it.
It's a great game. I don't know how many times I smacked my face on a pole, but something with me and poles and smacking my face.
You don't cry. You're a fucking boss.
I am. That's true.
I never started smacking poles on my face, and I never really hurt myself until the later years instead of like my childhood. I never got hurt during my childhood. I mean, occasionally I'd trip and fall or sprain my arm or something like that, but I never got hurt. Like, it wasn't until middle school where I sliced my finger open trying to cut pre-sliced bread. That was probably the dumbest way I've ever hurt myself.
Alright.
I don't understand. You're trying to cut the loaf with it?
No, like, it was like a hoagie roll, and so I tried to cut it open, and, okay, so I held it vertically, and I just cut the knife down into my finger. And it took until the second slice to realize that I cut it.
And you were in middle school.
Or freshman year. I don't...
That is really sad. I knew how to use a knife at 7. I learned a lot of things at 7.
Yeah, well, I didn't.
Obviously. Cut your finger open with a knife.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll get into my questions portion.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, okay.
Can I tell a quick story? Because I said I'd bring it back up about racism.
Sure.
God, this blanket's
The
making my
first
ass
time
hurt.
I ever... Wait, what does it smell like?
I said it's making my ass hurt.
Oh, I thought you said it smells like ass or something. Okay,
Probably that too. I mean, probably part of it.
you guys have heard it. Stephanie, have you heard of... Yeah, all the time. Have you ever heard of when I found out that racism exists? That story?
No.
Okay, you're gonna like this.
Well, you're white, so I didn't imagine
Yeah.
you found
So-
out early.
Yeah, because it was like Martin Luther King Day in like first grade or something like that. It was really early, first, second, kindergarten, whatever. And I think it was like first. And so, you know, in order to, celebrate Martin Luther King Day, we watched a video about Martin Luther King and how times were back then and everything. And, I was watching the video and I didn't quite fully understand what was going on. And so, like, white people would have these, like, great schools and all these privileges and, like, their own water fountains and everything, and black people didn't. And so I just, like, in my head thought, why would anyone ever want to be black? And, like, because I thought it was a choice. I thought, like, once you're born, like, your parents choose everything for you. They choose your name, your birthday, your race, what you're going to be, a boy or girl. Like, they chose all of that. So if they're in charge of that, why would people keep picking black? Like, they have a crappy life back then. And
I see where this is going.
yeah, see, and I had no idea that it was because, like, of white people that they had shit lives. I just thought, like, okay, white people have this, so why aren't more people white? See, very racist thoughts. And at this point, I look at my friend Hussein, who is very black, like, skin-wise, and I just look at him and I ask the most logical question. Why are you black?
Oh, God!
And he just looks at me like, oh no! Because he was thinking the same thing. That's how Brendan learned of racism. And then, like, later on we had to color in, like, Martin Luther King Jr. after learning all about
Colored
him.
him like white.
No, I didn't color him white. Well, I mean, like, two people, like, did it really creative, or one person, like, they colored him every color of the rainbow, because he brought every person of race
Okay,
equally.
some people just do that because they're fucking...
Yeah, but no,
rich
the person actually had the reason.
Oh, okay.
But,
Martin Luther King was gay.
No.
I had a
colored,
dream and it was fabulous.
he colored every, okay, so he was a rainbow because he brought every race together. A lot of people colored him brown because that was close to his skin tone. I learned, okay, so there's whites and blacks. I'll color him black, the darkest black there is. And it looks like I did it so vulgarly too, because I was shit at coloring, so it was just like outside the lines, like I just took a crayon and just fucking colored
did you
him.
take a black crayon?
A black crayon, and colored Martin Luther King black.
So black, he was purple.
And like there were just colors outside the lines and everything, and it looked violent, like I did it very racistly, but my heart was in a good place.
I don't think it was, Brennan.
Yeah, I just dropped an M-bomb on the podcast.
You already did that 3 times quoting Brad.
You've done it in every single one so far.
What's the M-bomb?
Yes. Alright, so Brad's questions of the day. So
Am I the only one excited?
Woo! I'm not gonna fall in.
thank you, Stephanie.
Woo!
So my
Fucking tickling me.
my first question is, what was the biggest you've ever gotten in trouble as a kid?
Oh God. Can I go?
Go ahead.
So,
About this one.
it's Christmas, 2003. Picture it. Riverwood Apartments, Kent, Washington.
Shout out.
My mother's grandmother, gave her these snow globes that were passed down from generation to generation. They were old as
no.
fuck.
no.
These were antique snow globes, and I loved them. They were the most magnificent snow globes I had ever seen. They were like the size of my laptop.
Wow, those are pretty big.
It's a fucking huge antique snow globe. And my mom would be like, I'd ask my mom, like, Mom, can I tip it upside down so I can see the snow? She's like, go ahead, but be careful. And she would always watch me while I did it. And I was like, okay. She's very cautious. So I'd tip it, and it would be fine. I put it down. I got to watch it snow. It was the best joy I could ever imagine, because at the time I had never seen snow. I hadn't snowed in Washington that I can remember. It definitely had, but I was a child, so I couldn't remember it. But yeah, so I loved that thing. And one day, like 2 days later, after the day that I'm talking about, kidding. One day, my mom is like having a PMSy Christmas, it seems like, and she's like, and I'm like, Mom, can I play with the snow globe? She's like, no, just leave it alone, okay? She goes into the bathroom, and I'm like, well, I really want to see it snow. It's gotta snow. It's Christmas. And so what I tip it, and I tip it over, and I get fumbly fingers, and it shatters. It shatters. The antique snow globe passed down in my family shatters in my living room.
Oh my God.
And all I hear is my mom go, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, I know what I did. I know what I've done. And all I did was I went, because at the time, the way my mom would whoop me, she'd give me a wooden spoon. She would hit me with the wooden spoon, she'd spank me with it. And so I knew I was in trouble, so what I did is I went into the kitchen, grabbed the wooden spoon, and went into my room and set it next to my bed and just sat there and waited. And guess what? My mom came in and saw that, and she whooped my ass. And of course I was like a child, so she forgave me, but that's the worst I've ever felt, and I feel like the most I've ever actually hurt my mother.
Apart from just not living with her or talking to her.
Cut that out. Don't say that, Brad, please. I don't know if she listens to these.
See, Alex, when you say cut that out, it just makes me want to put it in more.
If you do, I mean, that is your creative choice.
Hold on, I was always a good kid. I guess, like, my mom and dad were both smokers, and I like to go outside and, not smoke with them, but just hang out while they smoke cigarettes. And, like, mom was going outside, and I really didn't want to miss my chance to go out.
Smoke a cigarette.
But also I really had a shit. So I got my priorities straightened out, went outside with my mother and shit my pants. And she was so mad because let's say I was about probably 7. I knew how to use the toilet, but priorities. Stephanie?
I was a really awful kid.
I was always a good kid.
I got in trouble all the time.
You were smoking crack, weren't you?
Oh, definitely. I mean, like, I was drawing pictures on our white walls. I was drinking my dad's Pepsi.
Oh, fuck, you drink your dad's Pepsi?
Okay, you don't know my dad is.
I don't know what a dad is. Mine left when I was 2. Shout out to my blurb. My dad. I love my dad. He's an awesome guy.
There was this one time though. I mainly got in trouble at school. My mom was really passive about disciplining me. My dad was into spanking, so.
Oh, that sounds kinky.
I know
what
you said. My dad was into spanking.
Okay, that's really nasty.
Just take that out of context. It sounds.
Anyways, so I
sexual.
mean, I guess but my dad didn't live with us. My parents were divorced when I got 4, so I didn't really get spanked a lot. But so if I ever got in trouble at home, it's like the most passive things in the world. So I get to school, and it's like 2 white slips a year. I remember almost breaking a kid's nose, punched a kid in the kidney. I got in trouble.
There's been a lot of shit that I pulled, but I just never got in trouble for it.
Yeah, he was a slick fucking kid.
Yeah.
I always got caught.
Like
my mom knew when I was up to fucking no good.
There was this point, like this.
You're also black.
Yeah, it's just like cops are always on my dick.
Asshole kid in first grade. I don't know who he. Like I was in first grade, he was like in third grade, so he was way older than me. And
he's like smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, pretty much. He was like, and he was such a fucking prick to me. And you know, I just dealt with it every day. And we were in line for kickball at recess.
I don't know how many kids I actually kicked in kickball.
Oh, I used to play wall ball.
Don't
much
worry.
less violent sport.
No, I played
I punched
kickball
kids
and
in wall
force
ball too.
You're a fucking asshole.
I just hit people.
But okay, so and you know he's giving me shit the whole time, and then you know he kicks and he goes and he hits a home run or whatever, and he goes all the way around and he gets back in line, but then he just gets out of line and then he fucking cuts me when it's my turn to kick, right? And I just like all the built up shit he's been doing, like it just got to me, and so he kicked the ball and he kicked it straight out of the field because he's a jock, ran all the way around, and just to show off like the little prick he was, he slid into home base, and once he slid, I kicked him as hard as I could in his ribs, and fucking booked it. And I think I probably bruised his rib, like, because he was huddled over and he had to go to the nurse.
I'm pretty sure I made a kid piss blood.
Oh my god!
I got into like 2 fights when I was a child. One was in like elementary school. I don't even remember it. I probably lost. It was probably with a girl. The other one was like in 7th grade. This kid Raul was giving me shit, and I had enough. I pushed him to the ground, got on top of him, and started hitting him like a little ninny. Like I was like, "Stop making fun of me!" I just like slapped his face really hard.
I also did like a lot of shit that gets blamed on my brother. Like I think the worst one was our microwave that we still have from 1985.
1985.
Shout out to
it has air vents in it, and I would put coins in it, and immediately say like, "Oh, Jordan did it,"
and Jordan was like, "I don't remember."
No, he just wouldn't speak up for himself, and I took so much advantage of that. Or we would get into fights at bedtime, and if we got into a fight, mom would come in, like break it up, and then say like a verbal fight, and then take me out for about half an hour to let him fall asleep. And so I would egg him on, and once he just finally stopped fighting with me, I just punched myself in the nose until I cried, and then say that Jordan did it, and then got to go watch the Cosby Show.
Brennan just loved them Huxtables.
Yeah, the
You
Cosby
punch
Show was the
yourself
shit.
in the nose just to watch the Cosby Show.
I had an
No
older
kid has
brother
ever said that.
who beat me up a
Oh
lot.
my god.
So, you know, I had to learn how to, like, defend myself. So when a boy at school, like, just accidentally ran into me, I punched him in the face.
I've always been that kid who just, like, I get into a fight, I'm gonna sit there and cry until he walks away, and then punch him afterwards.
He goes for that sneaky shit.
Yeah. So
float like a wimp, sting like a wimp.
So the biggest I've ever gotten in trouble, I did nothing wrong. And Brendan and Alex, you know this story. So it was 3 days before the end of 10th grade. And we were at lunch with our group. And our friend Kyle. Okay, wait, I gotta back up for a second. During the 10th grade, we participated in this little game that we like to call Nut Wars, which basically consisted of us trying to hit each other in the nuts as much as possible when they weren't looking. So we had this guy who used to hang out with us, and I'll give him a fake name to preserve his anonymity. We'll call him Tyrell. Tyrell was hanging out with us, and I was recording goodbyes for friends, you know, because it's the last end of the year, and that's what people do. They record stuff. So apparently, while I'm recording, Kyle somehow convinced Tyrell to let him punch him in the nuts. And as I'm turning, I happen to catch on film Kyle punching this guy in the nuts. And he went down hard and ended up going to the nurse. Then,
like Tyrell put his hands behind his head and moved his hip forward.
yeah, like
And
he
Kyle just uppercutted him.
he consented to the hint.
Uppercut.
So anyway, a security
Go
guard,
for it.
the security guard comes and gets Kyle right at the end of lunch, and I'm like, oh, that sucks for Kyle, man. So I start walking back to fifth period, and it was like right in the middle of one of our tests, like our finals tests, and I walk in, and then like a minute after that, the security guard comes in and gets me too, and brings me into what is it called, that KM, the
Focus center?
Huh? Focus Center, right? Oh wait, no, wasn't it called the Pound at that point?
No,
That was
middle
Mill
school.
Creek, right? Okay, so
See? Yeah, I get that confused too. It's weird.
so
This was a cooler name.
yeah, so we were in the Focus Center, and the guy flat out said, "All right, so you both are gonna get suspended."
Bull.
Yeah, so him for hitting him and me for recording it because
Free Brad 2013, right?
yeah,
Real
So-
quick. Almost off subject. Why the fuck was it called the dog pound, like the detention room in middle school?
because we were the Bulldogs.
That's free.
You don't. Yeah, but a pound is not a form of punishment. That's where you go when you're unwanted.
Yeah,
And we didn't
no
want
one wanted
those
you in their
kids.
class. I was in there once.
Like that's where you go when no one loves you, to the point where if you're there for like a week, they'll just kill you.
I got in there because I was walking out the main building with Brendan after we were going to lunch, and I was walking out, and at the minute I walked out, I said "fuck" as loud as I could, pretty much, and the security guard was like, "Hey, pound." I was like, "Damn it!" It was like 2 days. Just kidding, guys.
So anyway, so Kyle was getting suspended for hitting him, and I was apparently getting suspended for recording it, because that stuff ends up on the internet. And
Just
the cool thing about me actually catching it on the film, because they were originally going to give Kyle assault for what had happened. But because they saw the tape and saw that he was in the ready and willing position, they moved it down to, I believe, horseplay. Which is
Child
which I
assault.
guess is the lower level below assault.
Do you think Kyle would have gotten a pepper with his assault?
Shut up. So, we get suspended and we have to go home, and I'm terrified because I have to tell my mom that I got suspended for the first time. That was the first time I've ever been in trouble. And she kind of just says, "Oh, it's all right, but you know, when your dad gets home, you're gonna have to talk to him." I'm like, "Oh shit." So my dad
Not
gets
Daddy.
home, and I'm in my room, so I didn't know he gets home. He walks in, and I'm like, "Huh," because I don't know what's about to happen. And he says, "Let me see the video." Because for some reason they suspended me for recording it, but didn't make me delete the video.
Because they thought it was funny.
So side note, search up pothead kicks guy in nuts on YouTube.
Did you actually put it on
No,
YouTube?
no, it's just a joke. So anyway, he says, "Show me the video." I show him. He laughs and says, "Welcome to summer." And I didn't get in trouble at all.
Right on.
My parents would have been like, "Stephanie, we don't hit people unless they hit you first." And even then, my mom would be like, "You don't hit people at all. If the girl hits you, just walk away." Like,
No.
that's not how
No,
fights
I'm gonna rub
happen.
that bitch's face in the dirt.
Yeah.
I would just get like a slight scolding, and that'd be the end of it. Just like, don't do that. All right.
One time, I was a fucking pussy in school. I still kind of am.
I kicked a guy in the ribs while he was down.
No,
Like that
but
was my form of fighting.
I was like a very passive kid until like 3rd or 4th grade, and then it ended at 5th grade, and I went back to passiveness. There was a point when I was just like fighting. I was like angry. I was just angry. I wasn't fighting, but I was like yelling at people, like teachers, authority figures. But yeah, so that was bad. But there was a point one day I went to Kent Elementary, and
That school is so ghetto.
yeah, and
Shout out to Cal.
shout out to Kent Elementary.
However, I also went to Tampa
There
Lake.
was this. Yeah, I went there
The
too.
new
My
one.
kid brought in a knife at school once.
Yeah.
This is a first grader.
I went there. Craziness.
For protection.
Yeah, so there's this Mexican kid there who was... I had a lot of trouble with Mexicans. By the way, Raul, the guy who I fought. Sissy fought?
Words are hard.
Words are hard. Sissy fought at middle school. He was Mexican. But this Mexican kid would bite me. Like, every day. And I'd come home, and my mom would be like, Alex, what happened to your hand? I'm like, oh, the guy bit me. And she's like, what the fuck?
That's a zombie.
And she walked me down to school.
Is that like her catchphrase, Alex?
Yeah, my mom was like a big on what the fuck. She would walk me down to school, and like after she started noticing, she'd walk me down every day, and she'd be like, "Who is he? Who is he?" I'm like, "I don't want to tell you, Mom. I'm afraid." She's like, "Who is he?" And I point him out, and she goes over to him and grabs him. She's like, "You bite my son again?" My mom is like white, but she talks black when she wants to be threatening. It works. And she's like, "You bite my son again? You'll see me." And she lets him go, and guess what? He fucking bit me again. So, I come home from school that day with another bite mark. She's like, "He bit you again?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Do you know where he lives?" And I was like, "He lives in our apartments." Because we lived right across the street from Kent Elementary. She's like, "He lives in our apartment." She's like, "Do you know which one?" I was like, "Yeah." And so I led her to his apartment. I was standing behind her with my arms crossed, like, I don't want to do this. And she was knocked on the door, and the mother answered, and there's, like, Hispanic. And so when there's conflict, they're like, "Oh, no, we don't have, no habla inglés. No habla inglés." So my mom knocks on the door, and she answers, she's like, "Oh, no habla inglés." And my mom's like, listen, your son touches my son again, and I'm calling immigration on your fucking ass. And the woman was like, no, don't call immigration. I immediately broke out on the Mexican. Sorry, Spanish. And started speaking English. And she's like, "Chico, come here." And Chico comes. I don't know what the kid's name is. Chico comes to the door, and he's like, "What?" And she's like, "Did you bite this boy?" And he's like, "No." And then I was like, "Yeah, I did." And he's like, "No." And like his mom was like, "I'll handle this." And my mom was like, "Stay the fuck away from my son," and pointed at him with her devil eyes. And I was like, "Stay the fuck away from my son." And that was the last time I ever got bit in school. My mom, though, is very big on threatening children. Because that is not the only time she threatened kids.
One time.
She's not afraid to, like, punch a fucking kid in the mouth.
These foreign boys. I don't want to disclose their nationality because I don't want to become a
Is
racist.
it Turkish?
No. They're
Fuck
Indian.
Turkish people.
They're
Why the
Indian.
fuck did I laugh?
Anyways,
I didn't expect Turkish to come up.
I'm hanging out with the only other girl that's still living in my neighborhood, and these foreign boys just come out of nowhere with airsoft guns shooting the air.
You say
Okay,
foreign boys,
actually-
I'm picturing like
Mexicans.
Afghan. And they're just
He was Filipino!
You know what's really bad about this? It was a year after 9/11.
Oh.
So they're like coming,
So they
they're coming
were.
on their bike.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
not
so
gonna-
now we know what race they
They're
are.
Indian. But they're riding their bikes they're like shooting the air, and then they stopped and saw us because we were hanging out with the other guys that were my neighbors, and so they're like, "Oh, you guys want to have an airsoft war?" And I was like, "No, I'm a girl. I don't want to shoot guns." So he shoots the ground and decks me straight in the throat, and I'm like, everybody starts laughing, and I'm over here like choking and crying. So I run home, and I was like, "Mommy, the gun!" And she's like, "What?" That's the first time ever saw my mom get mad. She grabbed my hand, marched us down because I knew where the kid lived. He lived in the biggest house at the end of the road.
My father owns 13 different women.
She marches down. We marched down their super long driveway. So you got this really angry white woman, her angry white child behind her. You know shit's gonna go down. She bangs on the
About to
door.
go down in this suburb.
The mother answers. The mother of the kid who shot me answers, right? And the mom goes, "Do you know what your son did?" And this is my passive mom. And the woman went, "No, I have no idea." By the way, she actually couldn't speak English. And she was like, your son shot my daughter. Do you know this is not okay? Like, my mom's going all psychologist because she wanted to be a psychologist. Anyway, that's a different story. But, so she's she's soft voice, stone cold staring, like, my daughter could have died today.
Oh my god.
And she was like, and the mom looks at my mom like, holy shit, and calls her son down, and her son sees me, and he's like, I didn't do anything. And my mom goes, really? What's this welt on her throat? And he was like, I don't know. And then eventually,
Bumblebee. Where's the bee?
and she was like, Mom went, really? Because I'm pretty sure that's the size of a BB. And he goes, I just shot the ground. It's not my fault it hit her. And I was like, you definitely aimed at me. And I swear to God, I almost pounced on that kid and started beating him in the face. And then my mom just went, don't give your son guns, because obviously he's going to turn into one of those boys.
Oh.
And just marched away, dragging me behind. I was like, heck yeah.
See, the worst, I think the closest I've come into a situation like that is my mom came to pick me up from school in like 2nd grade, and we owned this big ass, ugly ass orange Chevy truck. And so she just pulled to the side of the road. She came to pick me up. We're walking back to the truck, and like a few other kids from the other 1st grade class were in it, like these redneck ass kids were inside my truck because my mom just left it unlocked because she was just in and out real quick. And they were in the truck, and my mom just like, get the fuck out of the truck! And they're just like giggling and they leave.
Well, it's probably because it
That's
was
the
an orange
closest.
truck and they wanted to be the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, no, it was.
They were just some good old boys, Brennan.
It got like 3 miles to the gallon.
Probably so did the Dukes of Hazzard car.
That's why we sold it.
Alright, so
another
my other
truck-
two
no, never mind.
questions are... Yeah, I don't want to ask them. So we're going to go into the intro to the game.
Ow!
What were the other two
Wait, what were
questions?
the other 2 questions?
The other two questions
We'll do lightning
was,
round.
what do you still do now that you liked as a kid?
Masturbate.
Watch porn.
Masturbate and watch porn.
I like to change mine to masturbate and watch porn.
And the other one was the most stupid thing you did as a kid, which we pretty much covered.
Purple.
I shit in a lake.
You shit in the...
I shit
Wait,
in a
Did
lake.
you tell me that story about you
Probably.
were like with your dad or
Yeah,
something?
and like...
And you were swimming and you shit in the lake.
Oh.
We went inner tubing. Pretty much water gets up your butt when you go inner tubing.
Yeah, it's like
and
an
eventually
enema.
I'm like, oh my god, I really have to poop. And we're like with my brother and like a family friend's daughter. And we were at the secret boat launch at Lake Meridian that has no bathrooms here. And my dad's just like, Stephanie, you can hold it in. We're gonna be done real soon. Let's just say I could not hold it in, and it just came out. And eventually, other people were loading in their boat, and they go, "Oh my god!"
The shit in the pool.
And
in
my
the
dad,
water.
I'm sorry, this is gonna make me so unattractive. But my dad came up to me and was like,
Nope, I think we lost her.
She's getting it together. No, she's not.
Nope,
no,
she's
never mind.
not.
She's
It's
back.
worse.
No, she's back.
It's worse now.
he goes,
God damn it!
"That's
That's
so big."
the biggest.
We got that from the biggest.
I'm pretty sure we can fill in the blanks, guys.
No, okay, sorry. My dad, okay, let me just say my dad is 57, I am 17. Do the math. I was 8 at the time. He goes, that's the biggest shit I've ever seen anyone ever make. And I'm this like little petite 8-year-old.
How many carrots was it? Shout out to South Park.
I don't watch South Park. But I'm sorry, that's the most
You
embarrassing.
said you shit in the lake. I pictured you like hunched over on the shore, squatting, taking your
No.
shit in the lake.
No, I was literally in the lake.
Okay.
And I had to like push it away from me. Because they kept coming back.
I've always wanted to shit in the lake, see how that feels.
Alright, so while I
Alright,
get the
quick,
game
Brad.
set up quickly, what is your guys' favorite kids movie?
Good movie.
Ever After.
Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. I watch that shit every day. Every day.
You're queer.
I was fucking 8. And yes, every 8-year-old boy is gay. No girls. No cooties. All boys. All the
You
time.
go first. This on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, I said Ever After, but that's just because I can't remember half my childhood.
Fern Gully.
I hated Fern Gully.
Love Fern Gully.
I'm gonna say like any Disney movie that came out like.
Hercules.
I
was
still
the
I
shit
just
when I was
love
a kid.
I've never had a favorite movie. I still don't have a favorite movie.
Oh,
I would listen to
I remember-
Kokomo by the Beach Boys non-fucking stop though.
Aruba, Jamaica.
Okay,
Oh,
I
and
remember.
also She's Got the Look by Roxette.
It was Pocahontas and Winnie the Pooh. I literally broke the Winnie the Pooh cassette tape. Yeah, VHS. VHS is what I'm looking for. Because I watched it 24 hours.
Oh my god. Whoa, real quick story.
24/7.
Okay, real quick. Stupid thing I did as a
Brad's
kid.
like,
This is how I hurt myself as a kid. Okay, Mom always said cartoons are fake, right? So, by that logic, real things are real on TV. Blue's Clues, real guy, real enough for me. Now, if you've ever seen Blue's Clues, you know this thing, like, Blue's, we can too. And he jumped into, like, a picture or something. Well, I thought, it's a real guy. That's real. So I opened a Thomas the Tank Engine book. I really like that engine, his adventures. And I turned it to my favorite page because I wanted to jump in right there. And I put it on the floor and said, Blue's good too, we can too. And with full confidence, head dove into the hardback book on the floor. And started crying. Not because I hurt the fuck out of my head, but because it just shattered my world that doesn't happen. I was so disappointed.
It was like a mental and physical mixture.
Like, yeah, it was just, I came to terms with reality and how shitty it is.
You know what the funniest thing about that is I'm not picturing Brennan as a kid. I'm picturing like Brennan like Damon Wayans in Little Man. So it's his head now on a little kid's body doing that.
God
He has
damn.
a beard and a mustache.
Alright, I'm glad I'm not the only one who pictured it like that too.
I don't. I picture myself as a fucking
I
kid.
pictured you
Probably
as you
'cause I've
are
been there.
now. Just because I have no imagination.
Alright, Brad, James.
All right, so we are
Just a quick FYI, Brad, we're getting my computer's danger zone right now.
okay. So this game
yeah.
is Identities. It's the same game we played our first week, and this time I'm going to be playing 10 child TV characters. So from like
Alright,
cool, let's do
cartoons and
this.
different stuff like that.
I watch a shit ton of TV. This one's fat.
All right, so same thing applies. I have 4 hints on each character. You each have 3 guesses, and this time I'm gonna say the first one, and then you guys ask me when you want the second one, and so on and so on.
Okay, no, just read them slowly.
All right. Fuck you, Brennan.
I like that better.
All right. So number 1. I live with my parents.
Oh shit.
I have a stalker.
Oh shit.
Hey, Arnold.
No,
No.
he lives with his grandparents.
Oh. Although you were close. I would've-
I like comics. And I get whatever I want.
Fairly Odd Parents. Yeah.
Richie McRich.
Class of
Yeah,
3000.
it was Fairly Odd Parents.
Timmy
Yeah!
Turner. It was Timmy Turner. That's the character.
No, but you can say
though.
a TV show, can't you?
That was the character.
That was for the scary movies. I forgot to say that you actually had to say the character's name, but I'll give it to
Timmy
Brennan
Turner,
anyway.
bitches.
I didn't know Arnold's
I got the
last
point
name,
anyway.
so I would have lost.
Bitches!
Brad, what's Hey Arnold's last name?
No idea.
Arnold Guthrie.
No idea.
His name is not Arnold the Kilt.
Wasn't kilt, right? I think, yeah.
No,
It was his
uncut
collared
shirt.
shirt.
He might as well have been a kilt.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
He was a
Number
hand-me-down
2.
From his Indiana Jones father.
I love to adventure.
Oh.
I've made it to the big screen.
Oh. Pee-wee!
Huh?
Pee-wee?
Pee-wee. No.
Yeah, from Pee-wee's Playhouse. No, Pee-wee's Big Adventure,
No.
man.
I
Classic.
have a
I want my
I got my
Wait,
body!
shut up.
I have a
That
brother,
one?
and my dad is an inventor.
Fucking
Say it!
Tommy Pickles?
Yeah, super
Yeah! I was thinking like
I couldn't think
Stuart
of his
Little
name.
or Honey I
I
Shrunk the Kids or
immediately
something.
thought Rugrats when you were like, I'm an adventurer.
I thought it
But
was
I couldn't remember
fucking
any of the
Adventure
names.
Time. That's so past
Our
my
childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, our childhood.
Not these
Okay.
shit kids' childhood.
Yeah, they
Adventure
didn't
Time
grow
is
up.
great.
Yeah,
It's
it is,
good,
but
but they had
fuck the
shitty
kids who
shows.
watch it.
All right, so number 3. My dad is an idiot.
Well, that's narrow.
Apparently not parents.
My friends are idiots.
Jimmy Neutron.
Yes.
Damn. High five.
One
Okay.
for Stephanie.
My favorite line of Jimmy Neutron is, like, the dad was explaining a lesson, and he's like, well, and I sat on a banana for the first time, and of course that changed my life.
All right, number 4. I live on my own. I love to laugh. I have an unusual pet.
SpongeBob.
Yep, 2 for Stephanie.
Fucking
Dude, I'm like fucking awful at this.
Okay, number 5.
He has a
I'm
pet
very
snail.
neat. My friends are dumb.
Dexter.
No.
Damn.
I'm not popular. And an edible seed?
Oh, double D, double D,
Oh,
double D,
fuck.
double D.
God damn it.
All right, it goes to Brennan.
Did you say edible seed?
Yeah, the line from the episode. Kevin was like,
Hey, look, it's Dork and Beans.
an edible seed? Fuck you, Kevin.
Okay.
Sorry, I keep fucking, I'm playing with the cord right here, and I keep touching your feet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Number 6. I do anything for my family.
Every fucking time.
I usually don't sleep well. I'm
Courage the
probably
Cowardly Dog.
what? Huh?
Courage. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yes.
Damn it.
I want to say the third hint on that one because I was really proud of it. I'm probably Jewish.
Those things I do for love.
Okay, number 7.
Little doggy yarmulke.
These ones I'm gonna say all 4 really quick.
Fuck.
I'm cool. I'm awesome. I'm suave. I'm a ladies' man.
Johnny Bravo!
Yeah, Brennan.
Oh, man. You know what? I'm gonna punch you.
Of course.
Just kidding. You're my
I have
grandpa.
no points.
Alex, you need to get these last 3 right to tie for second place.
Kick ass.
Okay. I have a pet.
Fuck.
I'm pretty much useless.
Right on.
I don't get paid for my assistance. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
Impossible. Ron Stoppable.
Yeah, Alex gets a point.
That's the
If
one
you
I get.
tie for second with me, I'll hurt you.
I'm so fucking into Doctor Who. I want to say Rory.
Okay.
Ron Stoppable wasn't useless. What if you needed naked mole rat insertion into a situation?
Well, then you call Rufus for that. You don't fucking call
But
Ron.
Rufus needed Ron's car.
You could just, like, fucking...
All right, number 9. I live a simple life. I like to drink milk. I don't say a lot.
McPoyle.
Garfield.
No. I hate mice.
Ugh! Garfield.
Sylvester? No,
Nope.
Tom.
Yeah, Stephanie.
Shit.
All right,
Does that mean
so
they're
Fucking cat.
if Alex gets this one right, the game will end in a tie.
You guys better hope I don't get this one right.
Okay. My best friend's black.
Hey, Arnold!
Nope.
Damn it.
I have a stalker.
Arnold.
No.
Maybe because she said the name of the show.
I'm terrible with directions.
Best friend.
I think everybody is a doctor.
Best friend in black.
Yeah, I know.
How many shows in the 90s
Every-
have black best friend?
None. Harold, groundbreaking.
Doctor.
Everyone is a doctor.
It seems really specific to one show.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any time someone thinks. Bugs Bunny.
Yes!
Yeah!
Daddy Duck is just a black duck. But he definitely had a list.
It
It was probably
totally
Jewish.
counts, and he took a wrong turn at Albuquerque every time. Turn left, Bugs Bunny, or right, whatever the opposite of what you're doing.
That was like the 80s. though.
Ah, god damn.
All right, so should we end it in a tie, or should I think of a tiebreaker right now?
Tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker.
Okay,
I don't know if there's
Well,
three
I keep
uh,
getting it right.
yeah, Alex, you can't answer this one.
I'm gonna answer it anyway.
God, I
Entirely.
can't. I can't think of. Okay. I have a dog. I wear the same thing every day.
Shaggy.
No. Wait, what'd you say, Stephanie?
Stewie?
No.
Family Guy, the kid-friendliest show of all.
I'm terrible at football.
Charlie Brown!
Stephanie
That
wins
is so
it.
fun! I was just playing about that, bitches!
Spit on my mouth.
You spit on both of us, on both of our faces. Like, I wasn't even a threat the entire game. I got 2 right.
All right, so our guest wins the game.
Fuck yes.
Stephanie's the winner. Everybody look up to Fanny. Fajita! Vagina!
You got the hike?
All right, so we've been recording for 4 days. So I guess we should probably wrap things up. Plug time.
Yeah, plug something.
Plug time.
Stephanie, what do you want to plug?
What am I plugging?
What do you want to plug? Anything?
Do you want to advertise something?
Advertise something.
If you're in the Kent area, come see my play and Alex's play.
What?
It's pretty funny, pretty weird.
Let's say the name at the same time.
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
Dang it! Also,
Alex, you were the one who counted and you were late.
like a page called Theater Battery on Facebook. It's a part of my theater company, and we are trying to get some money to stay alive.
I'm gonna audition for that next summer. Follow me on Vine and go watch Video Game Confessions, me, Brad, and Alex's short series.
Very short. Only
I'm
about 6
gonna
episodes.
talk with our other co-channel creator Jose and see if he'd be up for posting older Video Game Confessions episodes on the page.
Woo.
Yes. Oh, follow me on Twitter at AlexanderPatrick1, spelled AlexanderPatrick1, the number. Follow Softbox Cinema on Twitter. I just created it just now.
All right.
So follow us on Twitter. I'll handle that. And subscribe to
Softbox Cinema.
Softbox Cinema. Because
Okay.
you fucking should.
Yeah.
So you know when these come out.
What are the fucking hiccups?
So
Subscribe to Hiccups.
before and after, like usual, you can find it on whatever places I've said before. And if you want to see some videos that the three of us have made in a long time ago, go to YouTube and search up Diggle Snot.
Yeah.
DIGGLESNOT.
Diggle
And-
Snot is exactly how it sounds.
And you can find some classic videos that we've done.
That was our filmmaking career start.
Yeah.
Classic shit.
It's just Digglesnot, right?
I think we owe our entire future to Vietnam and the Pelican War.
The Pelican War.
Vietnam.
Vietnam. Watch the video. They'll probably make you kind of giggle. Thank you a lot, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Bye, Internet.
Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Thank you
see
so
you
much for
guys.
listening.